y'all, welcome back to Taya's Travel Tips. We're gonna talk about Journeys Cruises and what I would have wished someone would have told me or that I could have found before I went on mine. So, Journeys Cruise, what is a Journeys Cruise? It is a Carnival cruise that lasts for longer than 8 days. Because they do regular 8-day cruises, so anything longer than that is considered a Journeys Cruise. So it's those cruises that go further, that go to the different destinations that you don't normally get to go to on a regular 7-day cruise. So for me, my first one was a partial Panama Canal transit out of Alabama, and we went through the canal, came back, and it was fun. It was 10 days. So first of all, how do you tell on a Journeys cruise that, because the Panama Canal is such a popular one, is how do you know if you're actually going to go through it? Because I didn't know. I would have been very disappointed if it was billed as a Panama Canal cruise and you just went to Panama. Like, what? No. So the easiest way to tell is if you go on your cruise and you look at how much the port expenses are. Like, it'll tell you on the on the carnival.com website. Like, when you're looking, it'll tell you how much the port expenses are. And if it is $100, $150, that is not a Panama Canal cruise. So if you look and it's like $300 or $400, that is when you go through the Panama Canal. And how I know that is because there is a tax, and it's a very expensive tax to go through the Panama Canal. And they pay it per berth, which means per bed. Doesn't matter if they don't sell out all the berths. If you're put in a room that holds 4 and you only have 2 people, Carnival's supposed to pay for the 4 beds that are in there. So that is how you tell. And I'm trying to get it to pull up now. So at the bottom, this is just a regular cruise. So at the bottom, that's the rate right now. And then they're an additional $111. $118. Oh my gosh. So that's on a 3-day cruise. So if it's around $100, that is not going through the Panama Canal. So what other itineraries are offered? Because we're just talking about itineraries right now. You can go, there is some now out of Galveston that you can go Southern Caribbean. I have one of those booked. There are some right now where you can book to do Alaska for 10 days. You can book to do Hawaii in a 15-day. So all those cruises are amazing. There's also Australian cruises. That is far. And the airfare, my friend. I did not even think that airfare was that expensive from the United States to Australia. Let me tell you, it's crazy. Anyway, so what makes a Journeys cruise a Journeys cruise besides the length? They have special things. When I was on my cruise, they had ballroom dance instructors. They had lecturers that came in and talked about certain things like photography, astrology, cooking, all kinds of stuff. And it's just like random. They do more trivia. They have this thing where they race frogs across the pool. They're fake frogs. And there's another thing where you bet on horses. And I seen someone showed something similar to it on it wasn't the Mardi Gras. It was, I think, the Miracle. And they had 6 horses, and you chose a horse, like you bet on the horse, and they roll dice, and whoever's dice gets like picked, like horse number 1, if it lands on number 1, it goes forward. Anyway, so you bet on who do you think the horse that's gonna win. It's really cool. And they also have the Midnight Gala Buffet. OMG. It is a throwback to days gone by where they had midnight buffets. But now it is something that has gotten cut because people don't stay up that late. That's not what they want. So they do it one night and they do it big and it's awesome. They do like bread in the shape of certain things and it's awesome. It's really, really cool. But that's not normally offered on a regular cruise. Something else about Journeys cruises that Carnival has nothing to do with, but there are less kids because normally they're not during the summer, besides Alaska. They're not during the summer. It's one thing to take your kids out of school for 5 days, 1 week of school. It's a whole nother thing to take them out for 2 weeks. Plus traveling back and forth, like it's a big thing. Anyway, so that's something that, if you don't like kids crowding up your vacation, that is what you do. Anyway, there's also, on the throwback day at sea, you are supposed to dress in your favorite 80s wear. It's super cool. So it's just a lot of different things like that. They offer different things. They offer fun things. So, it's really fun. And, as you can tell, I have 2 booked, and I am so excited for all these cruises. I can't wait to go to Hawaii. We're doing Hawaii. Oh my gosh. Okay. Something else. Normally, there's a lot of sea days because you have to go far to get there, or you have to go far to come back. So Hawaii, I think it's 5 sea days there, 5 sea days back. I think. Don't quote me on that. So it's a lot of time waiting. And I'm cool with that. I love to read. Give me an app full of books and I'm good. Or if people like games that don't take the internet, or if you want to pay for internet and that's what you're doing. So, little side note, little helpful hint. I have an app called, not sponsored, not nothing, called Text Now, and I used it when I was on my Panama Canal cruise in 2019 to call home every day. We got the most expensive internet package, and I got to speak to my family every day. So, for me, it was worth it. I did lose my grandfather, but we were able to speak at that time over the phone. I didn't lose him then. I lost him in 2021. But it's something you just cherish. And if you need to be in contact with people at home, I cannot recommend Text Now enough. Now, there might be a little of a delay. OMG, there was a delay. But it was amazing. You get a whole new number and they can call you. So that's just a little side note. I'll probably do a whole nother video on that. But if you want to be in contact with people at home, if people at home can do Facebook Messenger or Snapchat or something like that, those will work on the cheaper package. But we just wanted to be able to have the best bandwidth possible. So we paid for the premium. So I cannot recommend that enough if you need to stay in contact with people at home. Anyway, bringing it back up. So I love Journeys Cruises, and I cannot wait to go again. It is something that was so great. It was peaceful and laid back. And if you want, to do something on those sea days, you can always find something to do. There's a lot of stuff. There's never a dull moment on a Carnival ship. So I cannot recommend them enough. So see you next time on Taya's Travel Tips.